Yellowstone National Park was the first national park, established in 1872. They've allowed snowmobiling since 1955. Our guide, Tom, led us on a beautiful and amazing 3-day tour around Yellowstone. Our temperatures started at -20 in Jackson as we headed north towards Yellowstone and the heart of our adventure. After enjoying various wildlife, we arrived in time to watch Old Faithful explode, a very steamy explosion. We continued through the geyser basin, following the Firehole River. We continued to see interesting geothermal features and learn more about this winter wonderland. The steam given off by all the geothermal features would provide areas for green grasses to grow, as well as creating a fog of ice around trees, bushes, and everywhere you looked. Hi, Brett.
Hi!
There's definitely something interesting about watching millions of gallons of hot water steaming into the air in this winter freezing land, but no hot tub nearby. I would have really liked a hot tub. Our day ended by leaving the borders of Yellowstone and driving to West Yellowstone Village to spend the night at the Stagecoach Inn. The next day, we visited the Grizzly and Wolf Discovery Center before re-entering Yellowstone and continuing on our journey. We did a quick loop around a small road to visit the Firehole Falls before headed further north on our way to Gardner, Montana. It was a snowy day, and along the way we saw quite a few buffalo covered in snow trying to dig to find themselves food. As the weather cleared up, I even took a chance and let Brittany drive for a while. Thankfully, I survived, and she worked on her hand signals to make sure other snowmobilers could avoid her dangerous driving. Just joking. I, on the other hand, practiced leaning into my turns. Unfortunately, the drivers in front of me often slowed me down, and I followed all of the speed limits posted in Yellowstone, of course. We often came across snow coaches, which are becoming the more common transportation in Yellowstone. In the 1990s, over 70,000 snowmobiles traveled the park. Strict limits have now restricted that to less than 510 snowmobiles in the park at any given time. 10 years from now, there may be no snowmobiles allowed, due to regulations and pushes. So in the future, you may be on a bus with a bunch of other people, not freely riding on a snowmobile through Yellowstone. We exited the Roosevelt Gate and headed to Gardner, Montana, where we spent the night at the bar listening to Tom's crazy and wild stories. The experiences he has are an amazing experience and one of the great parts of this trip. On our final day, we headed south, on our way back to Jackson, and enjoyed the wildlife and sights along the way. We got to enjoy watching fox and coyote frolicking and hunting in the snow, which was very exciting. We also got to enjoy seeing the upper and lower Yellowstone Falls and all the amazing amounts of ice that had formed around it this winter. We continue to see interesting geothermal features and wildlife as our journey continued to head south, back on our way towards Jackson. We continued south to Yellowstone Lake Lodge and past the geysers surrounding Yellowstone Lake. We crossed the Continental Divide one more time as we finally headed our way back out of Yellowstone Park and to the end of an amazing adventure. There are a great number of adventures you should also explore in Jackson itself.